Hello, I'm Rosa Jimenez, and right now we are in Madrid, where I'm from. So I'm playing local, and I'm talking with a very special local. And I would like to tell you a little story on how I met Richi de las Heras for the first time. And it was a pure serendipity. And I want to tell you that I was, trying to improve my paddle skills. I'm still working on that, and I have a long way to run. But I got into an instructor, Guille, very special. And as I was playing, he told me, hey, I think you are the right match for my boss. Like, oh, really? Yeah, you're going to get on very well because he has entrepreneurial mind and he's been top player. And I was like, let me see. So I did my own research and I was astonished, like, oh, this guy, he was top 10 player time ago. Yes, sure. But he played a World Cup for Spain, playing with Juan Martín Díaz because he played for Spain, Galleguito. And also he started very early to develop paddle in Spain. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Ricardo de las Heras, Richi for most of the paddle world. Welcome.
Rosa, very nice to see you again. Thanks a lot for inviting me to new project and good luck with that.
Yeah, we're gonna need it, so thank you. I would like to ask you about your story because you started playing tennis and then you tried paddle and here we are. Paddle is now your life. How did you start?
Well, I started playing tennis. I love tennis and I tried to become professional paddle player.
Well, tennis, right?
Sorry.
You were
professional tennis player, but I was good, but not good enough. The ecosystem is huge, and after that, with that background, I tried paddle, and I love it. And with my expertise and my knowledge in tennis, we could play paddle for 10 years as professional player. That I am grateful of that.
Of course.
And for sure now is my life. I work as a owner, as a manager of my company, School Padel Center, and I set up and manage facilities efficiently, I think.
I think so because you are getting more and more facilities. So it's not just the boom because in Spain it was already huge, but I think you are building 2 clubs like opening next year. One is he took me to do something that is super Spanish for all people. Like people, when they retire, what they do is go and visit construction places. So he brought me to one of those. And that was special in Alcobendas. And it's going to be a 12-court covered club with a clubhouse and very special facilities. So how is that going from player to building like paddle? Not just the school, but also the facilities and the system. That's what really makes you different to me. Like you have all that in your mind and you know how to go from like 0 to, I would say 1, that would be very startup, but to 100 and create a system, like productize very well.
Well, learning a lot. First of all, keep in mind to stay with huge knowledge of the industry, first of all in my sport career, but after that in management, sport management, and trial and error perhaps in the first years. Yes, after that, I love sport, I love paddle, and I love work with my peers, with my fellows in my paddle club, with Guille, as you told us, and try to do better things and to make people healthy and help them to initialize in amazing sport and my passion about paddle.
Well, paddle, but you also played tennis last week, right?
And win.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like I was like going through Twitter. It's like, oh, on the same weekend he won a tournament paddle and also a tennis one. Like I would mess around. How do you do it? It's not easy.
For me, tennis is easy. It's easy to play paddle after tennis because tennis you have the touch point far than from the hand than paddle and for me paddle after tennis is easier than.
Makes sense. I wish I could say that. Working on it. How has paddle changed as an industry, not just as a sport, but especially as an industry in the past 15 years, but especially in the last 3 ones?
Past 15 years, we only had 2 main territories, Spain and Argentina, in a professional way, professional players, professional managers, but after pandemia, we had a globalization of sport with the media, Padel Tour, and exposure of the sport, and we have a new territories worldwide. In fact, for me, 3 main territories. Europe is growing, but steady growth, but 2 of both of them, the Middle East and US, and you are my great partner. US for me is the main new territory to develop and to set up our model.
Yeah, I think that would make a difference right now because there's the US as a continent to me, it's a huge country, and there's those coming from Texas on the West Coast, especially California, Houston, and then New York and Miami, right? So I think there are a lot of opportunities, but also lack of knowledge, right? So I think that you can add something there somehow. How are you feeling about that?
I think US people have a strong racket culture. They have tennis, they have pickleball, it's an booming and amazing industry in US. We have another similar sports like to paddle, but I think it's a great country, great economics, great population, and is the key factor to set up our paddle industry. What they need? They need more knowledge about how to set up a paddle center, the facilities. They need more training, more trainers. They need more expertise how to do business, and that we have in Spain. In Spain, we are an expertise hub. We have the best players training here. We have the best trainer, the best paddle brands, the best facilities contractor, and for sure the best managers.
Yeah,
like
I think
me, like me.
No, no, you're joking, and usually you're like super humble. I'm the one like, hey, you did this, you like believe in yourself, and that's very Spanish, being like super humble because we have our own like mood and character. But I think right now, to me, Madrid is like the world paddle capital.
Yeah.
Period. Like everything is happening here and impacting the rest of the world. How do you feel about it? Has been like that before, or it was more Malaga or maybe Argentina? I'm not sure.
I think Madrid is a capital of paddle, but Spain is a country of paddle. Inside Spain, we have several areas: Madrid region, Barcelona region, Malaga region. But I look as a country. I have a lot of knowledge. We have been 30 years improving our industry, and that expertise is our debt to export to another new territories, and it's a challenge for us and a good way to keep doing business in our industry.
Yeah, there's something that to me is different, and is every time I go to SPC M30, SPC is a school paddle center, so
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you were already thinking about it. But when I think about Americans, they like sports, but at the same time they are competitive by default, right? Like I think we are more social. Like we may go when I started playing paddle, I just went playing on the back, and as I was doing tennis, but with a paddle with la pala, and then eating pizza with my friends. That was all. Then my mind changed and all that. But for Americans, they like to challenge themselves, and I feel that if they don't have like the right methodology and they don't learn, they may leave. Like it could be like a wave, something that is in fashion now, and then it's like, oh, it's wasted. Like I'm not gonna get into that. So that's why I think teaching, having the right coaches, the instructor, could make a difference. So how is the learning curve? How do you envision that? Because you have like the pothos on Fridays, also kids competition. Then there are people that get into the federation. How is that built? Does it take time? How do you measure that? How do you know if someone is just doing leisure, like sport, family activity? Tell us a little bit about that, because to me that's super different.
Well, for me, the process of entry in a new territory is like a pyramid. You have in the top of the pyramid the professional player, and you have in the base of the pyramid the new client, the new users to want to start knowing the sport. And that is the process I know, and you know the evangelization of the sport. We in our paddle clubs try to teach people to be healthy, to be fun, and to be social. And that is because of that our success, the three levels. And in a new territory, we need to push. We need to give to our new clients the rules, the way to give a shot, the where do they can buy a racket, and after that the whole process is growing. We need to give them added services like you mentioned, best lessons, specific lessons, bandeja, return from the wall, and new products or services like Pozo and other tournaments. But we have the error that in Spain we take that regular, normal.
Yeah, as given, and it's not. Yeah.
But in new countries, new territories, you have to explain to the coaches, to the owners, how to make that path, that way.
Yeah, it's super engaging. So I think it's super important, and something that now that I can compare, I feel there's a difference. And you are highly competitive, let's concede that. And you are into a project that we're going to talk about that more with Jose Pedro Calvo Sotelo soon. Is going to be one of our episodes while I'm here. But I want you to tell a little bit about the Exagon Cup, because to me it's like the perfect collision between content, paddle, social media, and action somehow. So it's a competition that's going to be pre-season, I would say.
Yeah.
So to me it's Fantasy League or Kings League meets Lover Cup, something like that. So can you tell us a little bit about the Exagon Cup?
Well, we are more than Lever Cup than Kid League. Well, Exagon Cup, it's an amazing project, an amazing international event that take part in Madrid, first week of February 2024 in Madrid Arena, and it's the mix between paddle expertise with Jose Pedro Calvo Sotelo, Carlos Almazán, and me with Formula E founders
Cool.
with amazing international sport events knowledge, and we joined to do Exagon Cup. Exagon Cup is a international competition by teams, six teams this year. Next year, 2024, each team is has a male peer, a male couple, a female couple, and a next-gen couple competing for that team and competing against another team and another couples. And every couple of the team will win points for the team, and there will be a winner.
Yeah, but you've secured Alejandra Salazar, right? And Paquito Navarro, so it's no joke, and more to come. And
until now, we have the Exagon team, is the sixth team. The franchise player is Paquito Navarro and Alejandra Salazar. And we have one more team announcement, Rafa Nadal Academy.
Yeah.
And we hope to announce the rest of the teams in the several weeks. And
it's like drops, like that super internet thing. I love it.
I enjoy a lot the process of build a very new event, a very new project, and in a different mode that a professional padel tour or another exhibition events.
Got it. And one of the things that I was getting to know you, I was like, oh, this is super cool, because he's also a tech guy, super geeky.
Yeah.
So you have your own, let's say, software startup that helps clubs get more people and somehow automatize one of these gaps, right? Like when you create a startup, you always need to have a problem you want to tackle. And for you is how to have more people playing and your courts feel like full during more time. So what's that thing called Padel YVR?
Padel YVR is a final step of my process to be part of startup industry. I started my startup knowledge investing as a business angel. I didn't know that
what was
word,
a business angel?
but people told me you are a business angel.
Like, where are my wings?
Could be. I don't know what is the budget to put that in my CV. And after that, I connected with a great group of entrepreneurs and investors, and we both created Cupido Capital. Is a investment fund to invest in pre-seed startup companies. And in that time, I analyzed a lot of companies.
They backbited you, right?
Tech companies, and I don't think if I invest in the right way, but every Monday I saw a lot of new technologies, new way to do business, and it was amazing. Oh, you can do that. You can do that. If I can do that in my padel school, it was amazing. I tried to translate that knowledge I acquired in that years to my own company. And the final step is to share with my colleagues, and let's see, it's a great way to maximize the grid, the empty spaces of our padel courts.
To me, super interesting in the way that when Amazon started AWS, the Amazon Web Service, it was just for them. So somehow you created something that could solve a problem you have in your own clubs. And now you are selling that in Mexico, in Italy, and many clubs in Spain have that too. Yeah. So it's like growing by itself, and it's the real startup thing.
It was only for me. I didn't want to share that project to another padel clubs, but I started to share with my close friends, in other sports center, or perhaps in my club.
I can use this.
And the KPI is so huge that, well, it's in front of me.
Yeah, I have to charge you. Huh?
It's in front of me. We make a deal.
Okay, so you can see he's a techie guy. I just wanted to, before saying goodbye and thank you for doing this possible, I was going to ask you, we've seen you in the US before. We've played with Daniel Meder, with Angel and so on, and with some of your friends. When are you come again? Do you have plans to come anytime soon, or how can they meet you there?
Well, I have to finish my roadmap in Spain between 2024 and 2025, but in this year I hope to announce a new project in US, hopefully with you.
Hopefully.
Or luckily with you, because for me Spain is a maturity market. 90% of the paddle courts are in sale right now, and I am 46 years old, and I want to do more business and to have an international career in management, or not as a player, but just as a manager.
Doing business,
And for me, US, the way they do business is amazing, but that is important. You need a local partner because the way to do business is different one country to another, and it's important to know how to do business in US and keep growing.
Yeah, that's part of the learning curve, right?
Yeah.
And that's challenging for someone that likes sport and likes to challenge himself like you are. It's interesting to get into the new thing, not just repeating what you already know. Yeah, I get it. So I hope we can play with you. No, but I mean, Cesar and or Julian, they play way better than I do. So I think they're gonna really enjoy having a match with you.
Yeah.
So hope to see you soon, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck with your project, Rosa.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.